Take a moment to think about and imagine what comes to mind when you first hear the words work clothes. What you probably are thinking about is clothing that can be classified as business casual or business professional. You're probably envisioning suits and ties, upscale sports jackets and dress pants, pantsuits, dressy sweaters, blouses, and clunky shoes. This has been what the majority of businessmen and women in business have been wearing for decades. But in this time of change, when the workforce shifts from boomers to millennials and the lines between work and everything else are becoming more fluid, it is time for businesses to consider implementing casual Fridays, dress down days, or eliminating a formal dress code altogether to create happier employees and higher productivity. The concept of casual Fridays was born in 1962 in Hawaii when a company began to produce what we now know as Hawaiian shirts. The company, Hawaiian Fashion Guild, said that because Hawaii's climate was so hot and humid, conventional business clothes, like suits and dress pants, made for uncomfortable work days in the office. In 1965, the company began lobbying the government to permit its employees to wear these new Hawaiian shirts each Friday, and within a year, people working all across the state could be seen wearing these shirts at the end of each week. And so, Casual Friday was born. Most, if not all, businesses should allow employees to dress down for at least one day per week, or even better, get rid of any requirement for business professional or business casual clothes entirely. Although it may be a big step, it can offer large rewards such as boosted employee morale, higher productivity, and an overall greater attractiveness of the business. Dress down days are gaining in popularity. As of January 2020, around 62% of companies throughout the United States allowed employees to dress down at least one time each week, and about 36% of companies allow for casual clothing every day. In 2014, only 19% of companies did not have a formal dress code, so the number of companies participating is increasing. One reason why companies may be slow to eliminate business professional dress codes is because of the belief that if employees are dressed more casually, they will be less productive. The reality is actually quite different. Going back to the Hawaiian shirts, the reason for their introduction in the workplace was for employees to be more comfortable at work. If the employees are more comfortable, they will not be focusing on their discomfort in a stuffy suit or scratchy blouse, and instead they will be better able to focus on conducting business matters. Let's think about Silicon Valley. It is very youth-driven as many of the masterminds are quite young. In an article on Vox.com, the Silicon Valley uniform is described as consisting of a plain t-shirt, jeans, and sneakers. On April 18, 2017, Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook's CEO, delivered his keynote speech at Facebook's F8 developer conference wearing a t-shirt and jeans. As we know, Zuckerberg is one of the most successful businessmen of today, and he is proving that what you wear does not correlate to how successful you are. This is not something that is only happening with Silicon Valley companies. One of the largest accounting firms in the world, PwC, has a dress for your day dress code. Implemented in 2016, this means that the company leaves it up to the employee to choose clothing most appropriate for their day. It allows for casual clothing on most days, and when something important is happening on any given day, the employee will dress appropriately for the occasion. Since 2016, PwC's revenues in billions of dollars has increased from 35.9 in 2016 to 42.45 in 2019, so it is clear that a more lenient dress code does not equate to a less successful business. Dress-down policies are generally well received with employees. Because they have a greater say in terms of what they are able to wear and be comfortable in at work, they are happier and therefore more productive. In fact, according to one study, 61% of people looking for a new job in 2017 said that they would have a more negative perception of a company that enforced a strict dress code. One fallback of an elimination of a dress code, however, is that there could be awkward instances of inappropriate outfits being worn. It is important for employees to remember that even though they have some freedom to wear what they want, the fact of the matter is they are still working for a company, and they should want that company to be perceived as professional in the eyes of the public. In order to reduce these instances, when introducing dress-down days, companies should be sure to highlight what is appropriate or inappropriate. For instance, when PwC introduced their flexible dress policy, they also introduced guidelines for what is appropriate to wear or not to wear to work. The times are changing, and it is important for companies to keep up with the desires of the younger generations taking over the majority of the workforce. No longer do young employees want to be dressing up in expensive, uncomfortable outfits every day when they could do the same work in more comfortable and desirable clothing. Companies should consider introducing dress down days like casual Fridays or getting rid of dress codes entirely to create a happier and more productive work environment that is attractive to future generations of employees.